Do you love being in your 50s or beyond? Or do you feel stuck, tired, and unmotivated? Or maybe you're not quite there yet. Maybe you're a woman in your 30s or 40s and you're just kind of wanting to know what's coming down the path. In this new series, which is not going to be a weekly series because they take too much time to research and plan, I want to explore what it means to be a woman in midlife and how we can make the most of this season of life that we're in, because we are in midlife, but we are not old. And so I'm going to share some of my musings about what it means to be a woman in her 50s. And by the way, some of this was realized with the help of a really good therapist about 10 years ago before I actually entered my 50s. But we're also going to do this Mask Monday style, so I am going to put on a mask and then talk to you about my musings while I marinate. I've got a lot of M alliterations going on for some reason. All I've done so far to my skin is I have washed with the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Daily Cleanser. This is almost gone. I really do like this cleanser. I also use the e.l.f. Gentle Peeling Exfoliant. Your skin does feel really nice and smooth when it's done. So I am going to get my hair out of my face with my fun little bunny ears. I'm first going to put on these eye gel patches from Maskology, these 24 karat gold under eye gel. They have niacinamide and hydrolyzed collagen. I think I got these on Amazon a while back, but it has been quite a while. It's kind of nice. It comes with this little scoop to help get them out. And I'm always leery about putting these on because I honestly don't know if it's supposed to go with the small part to the inside. And I figure they're supposed to go this way, but you know, it doesn't really matter, I don't think. Maybe they go the other way. I don't know. Regardless of which way I put them on, they don't really fit my eye all that well. And I usually feel like I have something either poking me in the eye or I'm not getting good coverage, so. And then I'm going to use this mask that I got from Shop Miss A, the Brightening Arbutin. And it says, after supplying sufficient botanical nutrients through a mask for just 15 minutes, irritated and dehydrated skin caused by stress and a harmful environment changes to glowing, healthy skin. So let's see 15 minutes from now if I have glowing, healthy skin. It is very juicy. It's dripping, as a matter of fact. It's going to be very cold, I can tell. Oh yeah, very cold. So I have edited out most of the struggling that I had to get this on my face, but I'm going to take this serum down my neck, and then I have the silicone mask cover that I got from Shop Miss A, and I'm going to put that on to help hold this on my face while I talk to you. Hey, that works pretty good. I haven't actually used this yet. Okay, so can you take me seriously like this? I'm not sure if I can take myself seriously, but let's try and have a conversation anyway. First off, I think being over 50 is great. I love it. And there are several reasons why. One thing about being over 50 that's great is coming to the realization that you can live a life that is true to you and who you are, and not the life that other people expect of you. For a lot of my life, I was a people pleaser, and I just went along with the crowd, and I did what would make the most people happy. But I've learned through the years to stand up for myself, and that it's okay for me to have wants and needs and to speak those, and to have an expectation that those wants and needs will be met. Taking care of my family is part of being true to me because my family is so important to me. Another great thing about being over 50 is I no longer care what people think of me. As evidence, look at me. I am sitting here with a mask on my face talking to a camera, and I plan to put this out on the internet for anybody and everyone to see, and I don't care. I don't care if people think that I look ridiculous or whatever, because I'm confident enough in who I am that this is just okay. My insecurities when I was younger caused me to feel like I needed to be perfect all the time. I couldn't show any mistakes or weaknesses or that kind of thing because I was so insecure that I wasn't perfect. Or, well, of course I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect. And as I've gotten older, it's easier for me to be comfortable in that imperfect skin than it was when I was younger. Going along with that, I don't have to have all the answers. I'm okay saying I don't know, or I made a mistake. And then I'm also okay saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me. And those are some powerful words, and they are freeing words, because if you can admit when you made a mistake, then you can try new things, because it doesn't matter if it doesn't work out. You can just say, well, that didn't work out, and try something else. It's just a really great place to be. Okay, this is a big one, and I bet there's a lot of you out there who are going to raise their hand and say, yep, me too. I can say no, and I don't need to explain it. I don't want to is a valid reason to say no. And nobody has to understand it. I don't even have to understand it. But it doesn't matter. No is a sentence all by itself. Another great thing, if you're able to look ahead at what's coming and not behind at what's gone, is that you can start to see the possibilities that midlife offers that earlier decades did not. Yes, we may be getting to the end of the raising kids part of our lives, but on the bright side, we are no longer responsible for keeping tiny humans alive. That's a huge responsibility. And even if you still have children in the home like I do at this age, they're pretty self-sufficient as far as the basics go. And I haven't been followed to the bathroom in a really long time. Going along with that, adult kids are amazing. Seeing them build their lives, maybe find spouses, get jobs, having conversations with them as adult to adult and friend to friend is just not something that I could have ever really imagined what it was like when they were little. And yes, I have a great relationship with my mom, and of course I relate to her on an adult to adult basis, but it's not the same when it's your kids. And it's just really special. The other thing about being in our mid-50s for most of us, and I realize that there are some who are maybe sandwiched between caring for parents and caring for children, and so this may not apply in quite the same way, but you have time that you didn't have when you were in the busyness of raising kids and running them here and there, and all of the intensity that those years involve. You have time to be curious. You have time to learn and explore new things, new interests. Maybe you want to go back and explore some things that used to be important to you that you didn't have time for 20, 25 years. And you can rekindle that love. Maybe you used to like to paint. Maybe you used to like to sew or draw or knit or hike or whatever it is. You have time again to explore that. And we have time to focus on ourselves and find out what it is that brings us joy and makes us happy. Now, this doesn't mean that we are selfish in this age, because the things that give us joy and make us happy are probably involved with the other people that are in our lives. And we have space. We have space in our brain again a little bit that's not full of who has to be where when, and which one doesn't like this, and who needs new shoes, and oh wait, this one needs a permission slip for school, or whatever it was that was where you kept a million details for your family in your head at all times. When your kids are married and on their own, you no longer have to think about what their calendar looks like. And maybe we have physical space in our house again. Maybe you have a room that you can turn into your craft room instead of having it all in a little corner somewhere. Or maybe you can finally clear off that dining room table and invite some friends over for dinner. And none of this means that you didn't love the busyness and the clutter and the chaos of those days of raising those kids and keeping those tiny humans alive. And maybe you even wish that you could have it back again, but maybe just for a few days, because we know that it would make us really, really tired at this point. But it's important to shift our focus forward and not to keep looking back, because forward is the only direction we get to go. And if you have a partner, by all means, include them in this process. Part of having that life partner is growing together. And we spent a lot of time, or at least I did when I was a young girl, dreaming about being married and having a career and having a family. But it didn't go beyond that. I didn't spend time thinking about what it was going to be like when my children were out of the house and I was in midlife. And so now it's time to think about that. And so maybe you haven't been thinking about this as deeply as I have, but I'd like you to comment down below. Are you motivated about being in your 50s? Are you kind of starting to get there? Or do you still need to work on it? And maybe share some of the thoughts that you've had as you've crossed into this midlife time of your life. That would be great. I would love to have more of a conversation with you guys down in the comments. All right, let's take this mask off. It's been plenty of time. And see if my face feels energized and revitalized. Rub this in. It does feel really good. I mean, right now it's wet, but if you want more of this type of content and you don't want to miss the next midlife musings when I ramble just out of my head, then make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you will be notified when I upload new content. And if you enjoyed this conversation here today, then please give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate that very much. My skin feels very plump and hydrated. It's a little sticky, so I'm not sure that makeup going on right now is going to be a good idea. I might have to rinse just a little bit or let that soak in more. I'm not really sure yet. If you'd like to see some makeup tutorials for mature skin, take a look at this playlist that I'm going to link right there. And if you would rather see me clean my disaster of a vanity, I'll put that one up over here. That was a fun video. Thank you for coming along with me as I explored some of the thoughts that I had rumbling around in my head about being in our 50s and midlife. I pray that you have a blessed day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.